What's up guys, my name is ESO and welcome back to the channel. I wanted to make a quick news video because in recent interviews, Pete Hines has confirmed that Bethesda will indeed be releasing a new game and drops more than a few hints of what's coming from Bethesda this year at E3. So let's get into this. Firstly, when questioned about the Nintendo repeatedly says that we're looking at everything that can be released on the Switch. So I really wouldn't be surprised if we saw Fallout for Nintendo Switch. Because let's be honest, trying to play Skyrim on this thing for hours at a time is just an uncomfortable experience. And this is one of those magical moments where somebody sponsors me to show off a product I absolutely love. This grip is from Satisfy Gaming and it's just a prototype. I find this controller so comfortable that I never take it off my Switch. It feels like it always should have been there. It's exactly like holding a wider Xbox 360 controller. I can reach all the buttons and it's super lightweight. You may also notice that the right side of the controller is bigger than the left side of the controller. Ergonomically speaking, this was done because if it's any smaller, you can't actually effectively use the D-pad on the right hand side there, which is an issue with a lot of other controllers I've seen on the market. If you guys want to grab one of these, please check out the Kickstarter or Indiegogo campaign linked down below at the top of the description, and then you'll actually be able to get it even cheaper before it comes out officially. I'm really excited to play Dark Souls on it personally. But here is where the interview gets interesting, guys. It was pointed out to Pete that the latter half of the year is looking kind of empty for Bethesda right now. To which Pete replied, "It does seem like that." Obviously something is coming this year then. When questioned about E3, Pete said that "I think we have a lot of stuff that folks are going to like." To my earlier comment, it's going to be a big mix of stuff that's all over the place. It's not going to be like one kind of game or different genres and that there's something in E3 for everybody. And if we take a look at the current game Bethesda is making, we have the first person shooters like Quake Champions, and it's already been heavily teased on Twitter and in this interview actually if you read it yourself, that Prey will be seeing some kind of new content as well. My guess is a DLC to do with the moon. Next we have the Elder Scrolls Online, but Somerset Isles was already announced ahead of E3, so the only other category remaining, which is the one we all love, single player roleplay games like Skyrim and Fallout. However, Pete Hines then said in another interview with Games Radar when talking about E3, "We have some surprises in store. We're going to be talking about a healthy number of new games and new projects, and look, I'm really excited. We've been working on E3 for this year since September of last year, and I'm already 7-8 months into working on E3, but I really like how it's coming along. I think there's going to be something in here for everyone, regardless of what you play on or what kind of games you're into. And my biggest hope always is that we deliver on the promise of E3. I mean, last year's E3, I think Pete realizes this as well. All of the fans were very disappointed, including myself. So Pete Hines confirms though that they've been working on a new game and new projects. Sadly, that means they're obviously not releasing a new Elder Scrolls game or a new Fallout this year, but Bethesda Softworks will be releasing some kind of new game. Pete then finishes the interview by these days that it is hard to know exactly what is meant by that. But as the majority of Bethesda's audience, the audience that make it the huge gaming company